Welcome to the online appeal video. Before we get started on your appeal, make sure you've completed the following steps from the Before You Appeal video. Step 1. You should have printed the appeal checklist, gathered all of the information together, and checked each item off of the list. Step 2. You should also have read through the tips for using the Social Security website document, which is available in the resource section of representmyself.com. Make sure you've completed each item on the appeal checklist before continuing on. In this video, we'll go through the online reconsideration appeal. There are a few ways to appeal your denial, but the fastest and easiest way is online at Social Security's website. You can gather all of the information you'll need before you start the appeal. It's much less stressful to have everything organized and ready before you begin. You can work at your own pace and take as much time as you need to think about your answers before you enter them. Social Security is looking for specific information, and they want you to present it in a very specific way. Before you begin your appeal, please watch this entire video. It will give you everything you need to present your appeal to Social Security in the best way possible, increasing your chances of being approved. Your appeal timeline starts from the date on the denial letter you received from Social Security. You're only given 60 days to file your appeal documents in order to have your disability claim reconsidered. If you do not file within the 60 days, your claim will be closed. We recommend having the course open and this video available as reference on a separate page from your online appeal. This will make it easier for you in the event you have questions. You can pause the appeal and watch this video before moving on. Let's get started. First, you'll need to log on to the Social Security website at www.socialsecurity.gov. At the top of the screen near the middle is a tab labeled Disability. Click on that tab. You'll need to click on the box labeled Appeal Our Recent Medical Decision. To start your appeal, click on the box labeled Start Your Appeal. You will be asked several questions to determine if you'll be allowed to complete your appeal online. Do you live in the United States or one of its territories, commonwealths? Did you receive a notice of decision? Name, Social Security number, and date of birth. The date on the notice of decision you received, and zip code. These answers will provide Social Security with the information they need regarding your eligibility for the online appeal. If you are eligible to file your appeal online, you will then be asked several questions regarding your contact information. The contact information is important because Social Security will need to contact you periodically during the process of your claim. If Social Security is unable to contact you, they will not be able to get the information they need from you, and your appeal may be denied. At the bottom of this page, you'll need to enter the reason for your appeal. This is where you have the chance to let Social Security know why you disagree with their decision. There is a limited amount of space, so you should be brief. Example: my condition is not improving and it continues to interfere with my ability to work. Once you've completed this page, you'll be asked to review and submit your request for reconsideration. On the following page, Social Security will issue your reentry number. Print this page and file this with your disability documents in a folder. If you lose this number and have not completed the appeal, you'll have to start the process over. Please make sure you don't misplace this number. Social Security employees do not have access to these reentry numbers. After you submit your request for reconsideration, you'll have an option to sign off and continue with the next step later, or you can begin to fill out the Disability Report Appeal. Now, let's move on to the Disability Report Appeal so you can learn how to fill it out and complete it. Please pause this video and go to your Forms library and print the Disability Report Appeal. This form follows the online Disability Appeal. Filling out this hard copy will prepare you before you move on to the online appeal. Make sure you've written down or printed your reentry number and save and sign off the appeal. You can follow through the printed form during the remainder of this video. After you've finished watching this video and completed the disability report appeal, you can return to your online appeal using your re-entry number. For those of you who would like to continue on with the online disability appeal, please click Continue at the bottom of the page. The disability report appeal is divided into 3 sections: About You, Medical History, and Review and Send. The first page of the About You section is general information that Social Security needs from you. You've already confirmed your address, but you'll need to give them your telephone number and email address. The next page is in regards to information about a contact person. Give the name of someone other than your doctors Social Security can contact who knows about your medical conditions and can help you with your claim. Please refer to the disability report appeal you printed earlier. The next page of the appeal contains questions E through J. The first 3 questions refer to any change, for better or worse, any new limitations, or any new conditions since you filed your claim. At this point, you've received the denial letter from Social Security, and if you answer these 3 questions with a no, Social Security will assume that your condition is the same as when they denied you initially, and will automatically deny you again. This is the last thing you want to happen. You deserve the right to let them know how difficult your life has become, how each day is a struggle. The answer to question E and F should be yes, even if you're only restating what you've already said about your condition. Questions H through J are in regards to your work status and any vocational training you may have completed since you filed your claim. You will then be asked to explain any yes answers from questions E, F, and G on the following pages. The more detailed your answer, the better. You want to make yourself stand out from all the others filing for disability benefits. Detail brings understanding and compassion. For example, compare these 2 answers regarding pain. My pain is worse. Note, this answer is inadequate because it fails to paint a clear picture of how your pain affects your life and your ability to work. Or, my pain is so severe in my lower back that several days a week I can't even get out of bed except to use the restroom. My family and friends have to help me when I do get up to use the restroom because it's too painful and difficult to get there on my own. Note, this is a much better example because it paints a clear picture of how your pain affects your life and your ability to work. We can't stress enough how important detail is. It could make the difference between denial and approval when your appeal is being considered. You will then be asked to describe how your daily activities have changed since you last completed a disability report and how your condition affects your ability to care for your personal needs. Always be truthful in your answers. Do not overstate or understate. However, when you're answering questions about your disability, concentrate on how you function on one of your bad days. It's important that you focus on what you're no longer able to do. Remember back to the Before You Appeal video when we discussed examples of mindset and how this can affect the outcome of your appeal. Focus on a bad day and then answer the question. Also, this is the opposite of a job interview. Understate your abilities and focus on what you can no longer do because of your disability. Social Security then offers you a summary of the About You section. You'll be able to review and edit any information you've entered into this section. At the bottom of the page, you are again offered the opportunity to sign off and finish later, or continue on with the online disability appeal. If you choose to sign off, you will again be given the re-entry number you will need to come back to the appeal at a later time. You will not be able to return to this appeal without the re-entry number. Print the page or write the number down and put it in a safe place. The next section is about your medical history. The first page is questions A through E, which are about your recent medical treatment, including doctors, hospitals, tests, and medications. They will also ask if you've used any other names on medical records. You will need to know the following information for each doctor: name, clinic name, address, phone number, patient number if known, first, last, and next appointment, what you've been seeing the doctor for, what treatments you've received. You will then need to enter the following information about any hospitals where you've been a patient since you filed your claim. Name, address, phone number, patient number if known, inpatient, outpatient, emergency room visits, dates in and dates out for each, reason for each visit, treatments received, next appointment if any. Next, you'll be asked to list each medication you are currently taking. You will also need to know which doctor prescribed the medication, the reason for taking the medication, and any side effects you may have. Make sure you describe your side effects in detail. Sometimes the side effects from a medication can be even more devastating than what it is being used to treat. The following page will ask you to select all of the tests you've had or expect to have since you filed your claim. If your test is not listed, there is a space for you to enter it. You will need to have the following information for each test. When was or will the test be done? Where will it be done? Who sent you for the test? Which body part, if applicable? If you have any other records from places such as a public welfare office, an attorney, or maybe a private insurance company, you'll need to give Social Security contact information so they can order those medical records. Once again, Social Security will allow you to review the information from the medical history section. If all the information is complete, you can either sign off or continue on to the last section, Review and Send. Please print the review and keep it for your records. At this point, you'll have the opportunity to add any additional remarks. This is where you can explain how you feel your disability has affected you and your ability to work. The more detail you give Social Security, the better. The more detail you can include, the more personal your appeal is. You are no longer just words on a form. You are a person with a disability. A person who needs help with day-to-day tasks. A person who quite possibly is dependent on others. A person who is unable to work. You can always go back at this point and edit any answers you've entered. Once you're sure that the disability appeal is complete, you can submit it. You will need to print the following pages and/or forms from the confirmation page. Confirmation of receipt for your online disability appeal report. Cover sheet. Medical release form. Make sure you complete the appeal. Continue until you reach the Finish button and click on it. Your online appeal is not complete until you click the Finish button, and Social Security will not start processing your appeal until it is complete. If you can, obtain any medical records and submit a copy of them along with your paperwork to Social Security. Social Security will attempt to obtain your medical records based on the information you've given them, but they're more likely to have a complete set of records if you supply them with one. Never send Social Security any form, medical record, or any type of documentation without keeping a copy for yourself. Contact Social Security within 7 days to confirm they've received your appeal and all of the backup documentation. In the next section, we'll show you what really happens behind the scenes at Social Security, and we'll give you practical advice about how you can influence Social Security's decision about your appeal.